Yeah. Yes, this is our group was group 3, group number 3, and we are presenting a BRD diagram for a mobile health app. This app is an app where doctors can be contacted by patients, and the doctors can move to the patients to treat them from home instead of the patient going into hospital. So the group members were Paulsen, Laisha, Natasha, and Juliana. The agenda of the group, the agenda of the app is defining the problem, product innovation, the objectives and the product vision, function and non-functional requirements, timeline, product diagrams, budget, risk issue, assumption, key, and the key challenges. The tools used, we have the WhatsApp, we have PowerPoint, Google, we had the Zoom meetings, we had Snapchat, and the Word. So the problem, when we define the problem as you see from the screen, that difficult on-time treatment, longer distance to get to the hospital, difficult to get the right specialist or hospitals or medicine, and longer wait time to see a doctor for appointment. So that's why we are coming up with this app. The innovation here is that the doctor is contacted by a patient for treatment, and the same doctor goes to the patient's home instead of the patient going to the hospital. Also, the patient can go on the app and purchase the drugs, because the hospitals and pharmacies will be on the app. So he will know where to buy the right drugs. Another one is the specialist doctors and their equipment can be selected from the app. So you will know which doctor is a specialist in which area and in what category. You will be able to identify them from the app. The patient can check their results, the results through the app. Tests, those are tests, medical tests. They are those which can be done. The objectives of the business objectives is that to create a mobile app where doctors and nurses can be contacted anytime by patients for treatment. Treatment can be done at home without the patient necessarily being taken to hospital. The patient can take appointment can seek an appointment online with the doctor. Then specialized doctors can be found on the app. The vision is to make on-time medical treatment and supply, door-to-door medical treatment, then skipping the long lines of waiting to see the doctor, because this time it's the doctor coming home. Then it's the home treatment by doctors of your choice. You know the doctor who can work for you, and then quick result tests. The context here, the context diagram is the patient will log in here. When he logs in, he will see the list of doctors, doctors hospitals. So when he clicks on the doctors, when he selects the doctor, he will now describe the medical condition or his illness. He provides his address. When he provides his address, the message will go direct to the doctor. So the doctor will receive. When the doctor receives and he goes through, he can accept or reject it. Here we zeroed down on acceptance. The moment he accepts it, then payments will be made, because there will be the way how you go to pay before the doctor moves. So upon the payment, the doctor will move and come to your place. Will move and come to your place to take over from there. Let me hand over to Juliana to continue from there.
Thank you, Paulson. So next slide, you can see the budget, money we use for this application. So to create this application, we spent $104,000. Here you can see everything by category. So like a profile page, $10,000. Payment process is gonna cost us. It cost already us $3,500, and calendar, search file, listing, and etc. So, and next slide is data flow diagram. This is the diagram is a way of representing a flow data through a process or a system. So step by step. Step one, download app, install app, then app loaded, app is ready to use, open the app, then create an account, provide login and password. Login is success, account created, then you can create your profile, upload the photo, then personal information, insurance verification, and profile created. Then search for a doctor, choose a doctor, you can explain your reason and consultation you need, then choose the day and time you would like to see a doctor, and appointment create, and then you confirm the payment. And the last one is UML component diagram. So this is the diagram that patients start with the account, then insurance payment, and then appointment. And with doctor, it's vice versa. Doctor starts with appointment, then insurance payment, and then with account. And the goal is like appointment is confirmed. Good. So let's, my colleague Lesa, start with the next slide. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. So in this slide, you will see the timeline. So in February, we start project created. In March, design and budget. July, we will present the draft. In August, we'll be testing, and hopefully, if everything will be good, we're trying to release the project in September. This is the prototype. That's how the application will look like. You will see on the top, it's gonna say Uber Doctor logo, then patient name. You can see different variety of application and buttons that patient can choose and find what they need. They can do chat with the doctor, make the appointment, doctor notes, insurance information, billing, status visit. Also, they can check the review, and if you have any problems with the application, they can contact us, and the technical team will help with the problem. And you can see on the top right corner how the application will look like. So functional requirements. For the doctor, the valid medical license, availability to respond to the patient needs, communication skills is very important for the doctor so the patient can understand them, HIPAA compliance, liability insurance to protect against legal action, experience and qualification. For patient, personal health information, technical knowledge, how to download the application, install and create account. Create username, providing personal information, also compliance with privacy of policies, agreement, and all terms and conditions, and ability to communicate effectively about their illness. For non-functional requirements, it's going to be a smartphone or tablet, operating and download, install app, reliability, internet connection, secure login, credentials, communication features, simple and easy to use interface for both doctor and the patient. Data privacy and security is the most important. Integration with wearable health metrics, prescription management, payment and billing, compliance with App Store and storage space. In this use case diagram, you can see the actor as a patient. The system will be our application, and you will see on the right side also the insurance, lab, and doctor. So you will see how the patient will be interacting with all systems. He will be creating the account, log into the account. They will check the health record, testing, doctor visit. They can check pay co-payment, schedule appointment, and choose the specialist. And the doctor will interact with health record, test result, and his visit. Insurance, of course, for co-payment, and lab for test results. In this, this is the sequence diagram. That's for schedule an appointment. You can see the patient, which is active, will be If it's new patient, he's going to be creating the account and putting all his information. If it's going to be existing customer, he will go to the login page. Then he or she will choose the specialist, describe the reason of the appointment, select date and time, enter the insurance co-payment, and submit. In this moment, they will receive the verification email that will be saying that the appointment is confirmed. And if everything fine, the appointment is ready. This will be the page flow of our application. You will see the home page. If the patient is logged in, it will be taken from the account to the appointment. Appointment will take with the specialist, and then you can choose if it's going to be virtual call, consultation, or chat, depends on the needs. Also from consultation, you can go to doctor's note. Also, you can go from login to health summary, test result, and medication. Or another way will be notification, billing, of course in the bill will be insurance, reviews, status, and follow us. Here is the deployment diagram. Right now, we don't have any application for the computer, but probably in the future we will create them. So people can use not only tablets or smartphone, they can maybe download also to the laptops or desktops. And you can see we have a lot of servers because we need strong protection and strong data. And for risks, for business risk will be another pandemic, because if the pandemic happens, doctors will not be coming to the patient house. Doctor availability, sometimes doctors may be busy. A billing issue, insurance never pays for everything. Appointment never cancel. If the patient will be canceled their appointment, doctor will come in, they will lose the money and time. A wrong location chosen. For example, patient choose wrong location and when the doctor come in, there will be no customer. Wrong specialist chosen for any problem if you choose something, Technological risk, not enough testing. There will be bugs or application will be working as expected. May not be compatible with our operating system. Some function may not work as expected. Security risk, identity theft, health diagnosed, exposed to public, lost benefits and insurance. The meaning of this, basically, if for some reason there was a glitch, somebody was by accidentally assumed the patient was seen by the specialist would never show, but the insurance and bill, and there's no benefits anymore. Issues. Issues might be Zoom quality, depends where the patient is located when they're having the Zoom meeting with the doctor. Time for doctor response, it may vary sometimes, and doctor availability. Assumption. Assumption will be for the doctor will be easy to bring his and her equipment. Patient will know everything. Patient never knows everything. Insurance will pay for everything. Not the truth also. And in this part, Natasha will continue.
Thank you, Lucia. I will talk about the empathy map, in which basically it's how it goes in the traditional way versus the online doctor way. The traditional way, we waste a lot of time. The patient might waste a lot of time looking for the appointment and distances he has to travel to get to the doctor, versus by using the online doctor. He doesn't have to travel, he doesn't have to wait for the appointments, he can just go and choose the kind of doctor he's looking for and get the treatment earlier. And then getting the right kind of drugs without waiting and to get to the pharmacy, he can just order them online and they can reach to his doorstep directly. The next slide is the return on investment. So there is no middleman here, like a receptionist or secretary. He can just directly approach the doctor. So that again, a lot of time is saved, and the money is again saved because there is no time. He doesn't have to waste time in his travel, and the patient identifies the specialized doctor, and he can approach the doctor directly without going through different channels and waiting for the and then he doesn't get the right kind of doctor for himself because he cannot choose. Other doctors are usually busy. And then the doctor obviously gets his own equipment with him to the patient's house. So he just has to contact the doctor online. The doctor gets to his house, the treatment is done, and then he can get the medication. all this is done without the patient even stepping out of the house. So there are a few business rules in this we have to cater to. The customer must create an online account, and he has to provide the right kind of information, the correct information, his personal and his health information, so that he will have his profile created, so that he can choose the right kind of doctor for his payments. And the doctor should provide their education, license, experience, and residency information correctly. And the app shall comply with application laws and regulations. This thing is very important. The patient privacy and data security should be in first place. And the patient's insurance has to be on the file at all times, so that he can claim the insurance and he doesn't have to pay for the entire treatment. Also, the app has a 24/7 technical support available if something goes wrong with the app. So the technical support can be approached any time of the day. And there is an FAQ section wherein if somebody has a question, they don't have to approach directly the doctor to talk. They can always go to the FAQ section and check if they have their questions answered there. There is a policy that the cancellation has to be made 24 hours prior to the appointment, so that the doctor can reschedule their appointments and people don't waste their time. Also, the payment is always required prior to the appointment, and only the account holder and his family members are eligible to use the app. The co-payment must be paid before the appointment. Okay, and in case of emergency, I mean, this app cannot be used when there is a scenario where there's an emergency, because that's when you have to use the 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. This is all we have.
Very nice, very nice. Now the question I have is, how would you target a geography? Because let's say you develop this application, it looks like online application, right? So what would be your preferred location? How would you apply this prototype first?
In the system, we shall put in that you should put in doctors near me, because it will be like the whole of America. So
are you going to
like the way Uber operates?
So you will be operating from America only?
I give an example that in the case, because if you are in India and the doctor, yes, you can go on the app and download, unless you have the capacity to make a specialist travel from USA to India, then it's possible. But if not, then you can say.
No, what I'm trying to say, are you, let's say, deploying this application for US market? If yes, your patients and doctor both should be US?
Yes.
Right.
Also, we'll have a proximity defined like 50 miles or 30 miles.
So
you cannot go
why do you need that? Means, do you think doctor will come to your house? Is that?
Doctor to reach the patient.
No, I understand, but shouldn't doctor be also treating online? Or doctor will come to your house?
But not all ailments can be treated online.
Correct.
So that's why we have a possibility of the patient.
No, but still I'm not understanding. Like, I can understand as a patient, I can find doctor.
And doctor will come into your house, bring the equipment with him.
Mm-hmm.
You just select.
But then it will be not expensive.
We'll try to do it so it's going to be comparable with most.
Because for doctor to drive and come, now doctor is wasting a lot of time and commute. Yes or no?
Yes.
And so far, I'm sure you know, if you go to hospital, doctor hardly spend like 6-7 minutes. Now doctor will spend maybe 40 minutes driving, 40 minutes back. So he might be spending 80 minutes. It means he's visiting less patients. He's gonna ask you to pay 10 times more maybe.
Mostly the patient can, the talking can be done online, and most of the time the treatment can be done online. But there are times when the doctor has to travel, and that is especially for patients who have challenge in traveling to the hospitals. They might be handicapped, or they might not be able to travel and they don't have any assistance.
But still, it will be very expensive, right?
Yeah, we have to work on the.
Yeah, the
expense.
reason I'm saying, like, if doctor travels, it's going to be expensive.
But there are people who probably would be able to
Comfortable.
do this because
Uh-huh.
they might be able to spend that kind of money.
But if I'm a doctor, I will say, why would I drive? What's the benefit when I'm able to?
Giving them money.
Yeah, but I'm able to make more patients at my hospital. If I go to patient versus patient comes to my hospital, it is different, right? Because if patient come to my hospital, my business is growing. If I go to patient house, business is not growing. I'm providing service.
There is so every doctor will get a review,
Mhm.
and then the stars will.
No,
be
but still I don't see means benefit. Doctor will get benefit.
It's first insurance gonna pay for that for doctors. Second, it's more like for new doctors, like Cook County, they do it for free because they still have practice.
Mhm.
So this is more for doctors who still getting experience.
Mhm.
And the patient is not maybe really poor patient who wanna like save the money. It's more like you don't wanna waste your time.
Mhm.
If you have a problem with your eye, you can show your eye to the doctor on Zoom. So most of the cases gonna be like that. But if it really you need something, so doctor can come to your home. But most it's gonna be online. Like look at my eye, what I can do, so I don't need to go because it's windy. And doctor just prescribes you something. But there is an option doctor gonna come. They charge your insurance more, and it's for the doctor who still has practice. For them, it's good.
And the co-payment might be
And there
higher.
are a lot of doctors who do not have private practice.
Mhm.
So some of them are available to actually visit, and they might charge more, and some patients are actually okay with that.
No, it depends on more means. If I charge you 10,000, right? Because average doctor, and if you go to a particular places, right, they charge $200, $300 for 10 minutes. So in a month, in an hour, it's $1,000. And if I have back and forth, maybe 2 hours, it will be $5,000 plus doctor makes, right? Insurance may not be able to cover this high amount, right? And if they try to do, it will be a very difficult.
Just 10% of the requirements.
So now what I'm trying to say, think about practicality, how you implement such kind of solution, right? Because on paper it looks good, but on reality it's difficult. Why? Because you need to consider this way: who is cheaper here? Is patient or doctor? So if cheaper is patient, then patient has to move. So like example, think about that. Doctor might have ambulance, and he can say, I will park in a Woodfield Mall, and those patients can go there. So it kind of create a breeze model rather than doctor goes hand to hand, because doctor goes hand to hand, we are in trouble. Make sense or no? So you need to create like a what you call satellite type of hospital where doctor goes in one place and all patient can come, just like COVID, right? Because if a doctor goes to house, it's not scalable.
Probably an exceptional service we can provide.
Correct, but that
Just to
your
connect.
business model will not work, right? If it exceptional means like once in a year or once in a while, you will not make money. Now the question is how you will make money.
We'll make money with the online treatment.
And it's not for private
No,
doctors.
but why you will make money? What's the reason? Why would people select you?
Because then the doctor is available online, they don't have to travel.
But doctor works for hospital. Hospital can come up with this side of application, right? Because you see, what is your advantage? Because let's say if I'm election brothers, if I come up with the online applications, I can do appointment on online and right away the video chat and other thing election brother can do. What you have special, which election brothers cannot offer.
Well, maybe my understanding was that no, there are some patients who are more comfortable being.
Comfortable is like subjective. I'm comfortable if
Patients cannot travel, they prefer having somebody online talking to them.
that election brother can do too, right? I'm asking, see, there got to be a differentiation. I'm not seeing that yet. So help me.
Doctors get money per hour.
Mhm.
It's not for private doctors. So
Mhm.
it doesn't matter really for doctor if he's spending his hours traveling to the patient or sitting and waiting for the patient.
How much you will pay doctor? Just curious, because I'm driving 30 minutes or I'm treating 30 patients. Which one is better?
No, because choose
30 minutes,
doctor,
doctor can take
doctor
only one
near
patient.
me. You're not gonna choose doctor who's 30 miles away. You're
Uh-huh.
gonna choose doctor near you.
Within your area.
You know,
But
who's
not,
super
you may
close.
not be lucky all the time, right?
Right.
But I understand when you identify a doctor who can work on you. The first time, you know, he will move. So you become his patient. So the arrangement will be either he will be coming or after he will tell you, this time you will find me in my hospital. So
But see, think about doctor is not a free resource. He's not sitting idle, and you got a call or you got a text. Now doctor said, "Let me do some business." He's not sitting idle because if you're a doctor, there is only 2 or 3 ways, right? One, you have your own office, or you work for hospital, or you work for someone else. You are not going to sit idle, right? So it's not a postmaster. It's not like somebody who can deliver post door to door. Because postmaster, they are $30,000 per hour per year, or maybe 40,000. Doctor is $400,000 to $500,000 per year. So
Well,
if your model doesn't help, even you pay like that's a lot more money, doctor will not have that security which hospital provides. And if doctor is driving, doctor is not in hospital. So think about the people who are going to hospital will miss the doctor.
well, we're gonna find investors to help us or
No, think practically. It's not like pulling the idea from the air. We need to be careful.
This is available 24/7, even in the weekends. Hospitals and those private clinics are not available.
See, I understand your thing, but your idea needs a little bit refinement. So like example, I'm just telling you, not solving you. Your doctor has to be extremely cheaper to be online 24/7. So what you can do is rather than having US doctor, you can have doctor which is called in India or some other part where people can search and give that doctor will be a lot cheaper because of the currency model, right? Now then, if like most of the treatment you can do iPhone and something like online, so there is no need to travel either party, right? So that will be a lot convenient. The second thing is those people who are providing services, they have a level 1, level 2, and level 3. Means level 1 means basic treatment they can do. Then level 2 means they can say, no, hey, I cannot do treatment. There is a level 2 doctor, which will be an election hospital. They normally available in office. You can go there, or they have like Wednesday there in Woodfield Mall. You can go there. So that's called subscribe model. But in that case, patient has to move. Doctor moving gonna be very expensive.
Why? Right now everything's moving. Like you can order food, it's coming.
Correct, but those are cheaper costs.
How about if it's like when you not go only to one patient? How about if the doctor has certain area that he's
That's what
going
I'm
to?
saying. If you have to go
So for
with
example, if
ambulance.
he's going in this area in Shamrock and he has like, for example, 10 or 20 patients, usually he spends 30 minutes with each patient anyhow in the hospital.
Still not work. Think about that. See, you have appliance, if you have appliance guy coming.
Okay.
Appliance, everyone knows appliance guy, like example, refrigerator and all, right? That guy, in a 1 hour, only one treatment he can do, maximum. So appliance guy normally need 10 minutes, but back and forth, sometime extra time, but we pay only $60 to appliance guy, right? But doctor, if they spend 1 hour, it's a lot of money.
Depends which doctor.
Huh?
Depends which doctor.
Yeah, no, I'm not challenging you. I'm just thinking about your model. Your model has to think about, see, anytime you come up with a model, it has to be first, it's practical. Practical means if I use it, it should work, right? So if I think about like example, restaurant, think about restaurant. And instead of doctor, a chef who is preparing food, right? A person who prepare food in restaurant, of course they make money. But if they have truck and if they go like at 11 o'clock, I'm in next to office area, 2 o'clock, I'm this area. So he will have a varieties of what you call customers, and he will make more money because not everyone will go to the restaurant. But chef is not expensive as doctor, and they don't chef specialties, they're multitasking. Doctor is very special. So example, if I'm an eye doctor, I can only treat eye patient, right? And you may not be able to get me that, right? So you have to think about it. And then insurance people and all those things from logistic. So patient movement might be okay, but doctor movement might be tricky.
So we need to change the point then. It's for not for the doctors, it's for internship. Who just finished and who is
correct. You can do that cheaper.
The point is really good. Having doctors sitting in India versus sitting here.
Yeah, so it is going to happen like that model. So right now all doctors are expensive, right? So rather than having 10 doctors who are doing basic treatment, they will say, you know what, primary treatment you can do through online. An online person doesn't need to be in USA, they can be anywhere. So like example, if you have cold, cough and all, then normal treatment, they will give you a prescription. After 3 days, if your symptoms are not covered, then you can go there. That time you will have specialized with L2, L3 level of that. So if doctor is cheaper, cost is cheaper. And doctor is convenient because online, no traveling, which you get same benefit as you are getting. And then you need to cover networking, like networking, Election Brothers and maybe Providence and other hospital should be part of the network. So you can pick that. And then you need to partner with insurance. I didn't see anywhere you need to have insurance partnership because how you going to make money? So you need to have a volume discount. Volume discount means like example, you give like 1,000 customers to AAA or 1,000 customers to Blue Cross Blue Shield, right? So you get a volume discount. So idea is good, don't take me wrong, but practicality. It's a good idea, good job. So first of all, give a big round. It looks like a lot.